Happy Valentine's Day! Today we are deciphering a pink-tastic beauty session. We are using pink gradient shades in the makeup, the styling, the lighting, the background, and even props. I'm Debbie Reyes, and this is Deciphering the Image. Let's talk about our Melanode mood board and how it's going to help us streamline this session. As you can see, we have a very romantic color palette. The high-key lighting inspiration is also going to be a key ingredient. My goal was to create a fun, bright photos that you might see in Sephora, Ulta, or any cosmetic ad. Let's decipher the first image. Makeup artist David Fanner first prepped the skin. He also made sure the foundation application was very light. We are going for dreamy, dewy skin makeup look. We wanted the end results to have a bit of shine and see that texture in the skin. He also created a gradient eyeshadow effect using those pink tones from our inspiration. For this first look, I used 4 strobes and they all had a purpose. The 2 umbrellas on the back I'm using to keep that seamless pink background with an even tonality. My main light is a beauty dish, and the reason for this is because this modifier gives me the perfect combination of soft and hard light. And this is great because it makes the makeup richer and those highlights pop. The strip box in the bottom is helping to fill in those shadow areas. I shot with my Canon R5 and with a new lens I'm excited to talk about. The RF100 macro lens. This lens is a must for beauty photography to get those close-ups of the eyes, the lashes, and the lip with as much detail as possible. Imagine looking through an esthetician's magnifying glass. I guided our stunning model, Charlotte, with posing ideas since we were adding the flower prop. And whenever I asked the subject to pose, to help them get into character, I like to tell them a mini backstory. For this shot, it was smelling the roses. This creates a more authentic shot because the subject can picture themselves. We tried different posing variations and the final results were breathtaking.
It's always a good idea to iron your clothing before your shoot. That way you're ready to go and we're not wasting time. Plus, it always looks better when it's naturally ironed and not Photoshop.
For this next look, we are going to play up on those gradient shades from our mood board. The makeup, the styling, and the background are going to have the same effect. The goal for this next shots is to create beauty images focused on that eyeshadow that David created. I kept my beauty dish as my main light, but I did change my background light into a floor stand. This way, we're going to get that soft gradient effect.
We're gonna use the fingers kind of to guide the viewer where we want them to look. It's another way of pointing where we want the viewer to look at the image.
And you want to keep the cufflinks open still?
Yes, I think it looks fun. Mm-hmm. Yep. You're gonna pull your eye. Yes.
Soften the finger. Go like this, your fingers.
Yep. You relax your hand and now pull.
1, 2, 3. We are at our final look. And let's take a look at our mood board inspiration where you can see there's a very saturated lip. We are going to translate this inspiration into the lighting we're going to use. And since we're going all out, started to create a bow and a dress on the subject. David helped me add some hearts by putting tape on the back of the hearts and adding them to the dress. It was time to get the shot.
So play around a little bit. It's fun cotton candy, I love you type thing. And if anything falls off, don't worry. We'll just put it back on. 1, 2, 3.
Charlotte embodied this fun last look. It came through in her playfulness as she changed her pose and used those extra hearts too. what are some of the things that you might like or dislike from the modeling industry?
I like the connections that I've made. Not only I've made friends, I've made networking connections, everything. I think the downside is sometimes not being able to fit into a certain box or mold because there's so many different kinds of models, and kind of trying to figure out where I fit into it and trying to find my own voice in it. It's been a little bit difficult, but I think it's been rewarding too.
Today we did some beauty photography. We actually did beauty throughout the whole entire shoot. How was that experience, and some of the things that you might have liked about learning about, you know, beauty photography, about posing?
Learned a lot today just about being super aware of my positioning when it comes to beauty photography, and also just learning the role that you play, you know, as a photographer, and also the creative direction throughout it all. It's really been helpful to see how you work.
That's amazing. Thank you. Where can we find you in social media?
You can find me on all social media platforms, on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, at Charlotte E. Carter.
Que lo que usamos aquí diferente fue el color en las cejas, que quisimos dar a un aspecto dulce, muy el color de San Valentín, y lo que usé fueron los cepillitos. Peino las cejas con el color que voy a aplicar y luego coloco sombra en polvo. Entonces esto nos genera la tridimensionalidad, difuminado el color de más claro hasta la profundidad del término de la ceja.
Thank you for joining me on this episode. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more mood board power content. I'll see you in the next episode.